What's up guys, welcome to new Unreal Engine 5 tutorial, and today I'm gonna show you on how to make a moving platform. It's gonna be a very easy video to follow, so let's get started. But first, check out the link in the description to get our some Unreal Engine courses on WinFox. Alright, so the first thing that we have to do is go ahead and create a new blueprint class. It's gonna be type actor, and it's gonna be BP underscore, moving platform. Alright, let's go ahead and open this up, and the first thing that we have to do in our blueprint will be to go ahead and add our mesh. Now in my case, I'm gonna just be using a simple cube, but you can use whatever mesh that you want in here. You can change it, okay? So I'm gonna change the scale values to be into 5, and then 0.1 in Z. Sorry, I need to unlock it. So 5, and 0.1. So you can see that now it looks more like a platform and it's a bit bigger. So if I were to compile and save, I can just drag this, and I think it is pretty good for the player. Maybe you can make it a bit smaller, but I think that is perfect. So the thing that we have to do to allow it to move is to add a specific component. So Unreal Engine basically makes that very easy. So you can just go ahead add, and it's going to be the interpolate to movement component. So now we can go ahead and have different controls over here. So for example, the duration, how much time it will take to go from one point into the next one. In our case, we're gonna head and experiment with that a bit later, but for now this is good. Now the control points is the most important part. Is basically the location where the platform will move to. So we'll go ahead and touch that in a second, and then we have the behavior as it will sweep, and the teleport type and the behavior type. Now the first thing I want to change is the behavior type. Instead of one shot, it's gonna be on ping pong. So it's basically just looping, forward, back, you know what I mean. All right, so go ahead and let's start adding some control points in order to allow the movement. So we have to first add a control point. So these positions will be relative. This means that basically it will not be in the world position, as 000 will be kind of here. It will be relative to the object. So 000 will be right where the object is placed in the scene at the start. So that's perfect. So the start, the platform will start in its begin position in here in 000. But we'll go ahead and add another control point, which will basically move a bit forward. For example, 50. Go ahead and play with the settings now. So now if I were to literally compile and save and go back into the scene, put this a bit up and then press play, you can see that now the platform is moving forwards and backwards. Of course, very slow, but hey, it's doing its thing, as you can see. All right, so the thing that I prefer, instead of manually putting a value over here, and then going into the scene and testing if this value is correct and stuff, what I prefer to do is to go ahead and add a widget that you can go ahead and drag manually in the viewport. So let me just show you what I'm meaning. So when here we can go back to the blueprint, go to the component, and then go ahead and delete all of the control points. Saying, okay, we're gonna delete the control points, but now how it will move? Well, instead of adding it through the details panel, what we're going to do is add it through blueprints. So we're gonna go into the construction graph. Now you're wondering why we don't use the event graph, and it's just because the construction graph script, it will always I guess play or compile while we aren't not in play mode and we are just testing the scene, so we can kind of preview how things will look. Okay, so we can go into the construction script and then drag the interrupt to movement component, and then let's say add control point, and then there we go. So control point position, and then we can put this here. So at the start, again, we always need to make sure that the position is relative, is ticked, and then the start position will be 000, as I explained before, because we want our position to start here. It's gonna be our first key point, and then I'm gonna go ahead and copy and paste this node over here, and then this is gonna be our forward position. But now again, we have the same problem. We need to put a value over here, right? But what we can do is create a variable that will expose it as a widget, like I just explained before. So we can just go ahead and create a new variable. It's gonna be move to pause, and then we can change this value to be a vector. So now we can go ahead and compound, and then go ahead and go into the details of this variable that we have just created, and then we want to go ahead and tick some things. First of all, instance editable, which will make it public with this eye, then we can access from outside this blueprint. And then we want to make sure that show 3D widget is on. So now this will be the part where we are able to go ahead and drag it. So now we can just go ahead and drag this move post and get it, and just drag it as our destination. And now if we compound, press play, sorry, not press play, but go back in the scene. Now if I select it, you can see that we have a kind of gizmo here, an icon. So now we can go ahead and select it, and we can move it. So now the platform will basically go ahead and move into that specific location over there. So now if I press play, you can see it will go into that location that I assigned. But this can be in other sense. You know, I can go ahead and select it back again, and I can go ahead and put it diagonally into this mesh over here, and now it will go into that mesh over here. So you know, you can play with the settings and put it and place it in your world as you would like to. And now I think it's going too fast, so what we can do is go back into the interpolate to movement component and increase the duration to around 3 or whatever you desire. So now if I go ahead and press play, now it will move a bit slower into the position. I can jump on top of it, and you can see the character will stick into the mesh automatically. So definitely it looks really cool, and you can start making your platforming games on here or whatever you like, and of course expand this more, you know, adding more behaviors with level design, and overall just making it a bit better, change the material, add a custom mesh, and so on. So yeah guys, if you found the tutorial helpful, I would really appreciate you go like the video and subscribe to my channel. I have just opened my Discord server, so if you want to go ahead and join, link in the description, so go ahead and join. I am finishing up the special 10k subscriber special video. I am very excited to show what I've been working on, so hopefully you guys will like it. So it will probably be out very soon. And now yes, with that said, bye bye.